Welcome to the Republic of Namibia. Our trip started at the Independence Museum in Windhoek. We made our way to the top to take in the panoramic views of Namibia's capital city. That's their parliament and the Windhoek High School grounds. Ooh, there's a familiar name. According to Wiki Travel, one of the fun things to do in Windhoek is to look out for all the dictator street names. I wouldn't necessarily call this group of men dictators, but okay, some are obviously a little more democratic than others.
Revolution is in the air.
Not sure Comrade Fidel would have liked a big church on his street corner. The Christuskirche is the prettiest building in Windhoek in our opinion, and yes, it's a German Bible. There are signs of the German colonial past everywhere in Windhoek. Next stop, Etosha National Park. A 4.5-hour drive from Windhoek. We booked ourselves a waterhole chalet. Not a bad view, hey? And we even had a visitor for dinner. We were up early the next morning for a game drive. There was plenty to see. Antelope, zebra, and even a wild hare. But of course, we wanted more and went in search of it. Ooh, a rhino. Not sure I could do that diet though. Well, I guess you have to eat what's there. These are kudus. You can tell by their bigger ears. And this is an impala. Notice the... Hey, come back! Wildebeest, on the move. But not like in The Lion King. We were loving this game drive so much we had to book another one.
So they've messed up the timing of our pre-booked game drive, but that's okay because now it's time for a private game drive instead as compensation.
On this trip we spotted a leopard, my favourite animal, but he got away before I could get a picture. But would this one get away? Notice the approaching danger. The giraffes are ready to make their move. They're not prepared to hang around to see what happens once the lioness arrives. Watch as the lioness moves in purposefully. And the giraffes are gone. Turns out she was just thirsty. Is that Zazu? Yeah, they weren't going to hang around to find out what was going to happen next. We made our way back to our chalet, and look who we found at the waterhole. We sat back and enjoyed the afternoon sunset and the various other species that were in our neighborhood coming to enjoy a drink. Those are springboks. And so the sun set on our time at Etosha National Park. It was time for the next adventure. We went past the fabulously named Otjiwarongo and Ocho. Destination, Skeleton Coast National Park. It is not necessarily beautiful, but it is unique and has its own appeal. This vast desert coast area has seen several shipwrecks and deaths, especially in the old days. Shipwrecks and even skeletons can still be seen to this day, we were told. Terrace Bay was where we would be spending the night. It is a pleasant fishing resort, but if you're not into fishing, then there is always admiring the view of the Atlantic Ocean's waves crashing against the rocks, and of course the sunset. So we didn't actually see any skeletons, unless this one counts. Henty's Bay was the next stop to visit some family, before we stopped in Swakopmund. We loved this city, which is more of a town really. This town's German influence is there for all to see. The quaint parts of the central part of town with its old-style architecture really does make it look like a small German town from about 120 years ago. We had the whole day to ourselves and so spent our time walking up and down the CBD and admiring the prettiness of it all. And of course, the odd colonial hang-up here and there. But today Namibians are as free as a bird. We also enjoyed lunch at a wonderful seaside restaurant, The Tug. This was the view from our table. The aquarium was also paid a visit. It's very small, but there's enough to see to make it worth it. So many different species of fish on display. And so our stay in Swakopmund came to an end. Next, we had to navigate our way to Walvis Bay. We had an ocean safari booked for the morning, and some of the crew were keen to show off. The experience was mostly very peaceful. Extremely peaceful, actually. But as you can see, it was very important to be alert. Keep your camera ready.
I can jump, so why not jump?
And then this. An entire peninsula of seals. But not everyone here was getting along. One jackal appeared to stray outside of his territory, and the others don't seem happy about it at all. Probably much safer to watch it all from up here. Or just come hang with the humans until the ugliness ends. May as well get a treat from Mrs. Stemmet while on board. After the ocean safari, it was time for a desert safari. First stop, the flamingos. Walvis Bay is a mass producer of industrial salt. 60% of this will be exported to South Africa. That pink water is as a result of the salt. Then came the real fun part. That is what was on our right. And that is the view starting from the left. Yes, that's our route straight ahead. A worried Mrs. Stemmet tries to comfort herself with knowledge of our driver's vast experience.
I get the feeling you've done this before.
It's only my second day.
How glorious the Namib Desert is, especially with the Atlantic Ocean right there. But then we were left stranded.
So we're doing a little bit of desert dune bashing and our driver has dropped us off here in the middle of the Namib Desert. How does this make you feel?
I'm really nervous. There's nothing for miles and miles and miles except sand and ocean. So I'm feeling a bit apprehensive. Hoping he'll be back shortly. Yeah, well, he's not coming back. We have to go to him. So if you look there behind us, we have to go on the other side of those to go find him. Well, here we go. Let's go see if we can do it. Are you ready? Let's go.
Yeah. Oh no, it's the abominable Sandman. Ooh, it's just Mrs. Stemmet. No stress for this fella. The life. And that brought an end to our holiday. See you next time, Namibia.